Hey, bub. This is Wolverine. You're watching Pro Teaches Noobs. This is OG Vegeta. Let's get the views to over 9,000! This is Ryuk. Watch, like, and subscribe, or die.
Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teaches Noobs. Today I have with me, not the first time on the show, but first time on this channel, but first time on the show, Taladia.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Yep.
And I'm very much excited to talk about this.
Yep, because where are you from?
The UK.
Yep. And thus we're going, it's been a long time. This is going to be another one of my Take Two lessons as we go over someone who's not only interested in Superman, but is from the location.
I'm from the UK. It's my country.
Yep. Written by Kim Howard Johnson, with some help from John Cleese. Art by John Byrne. Although a deadly chain reaction will doom Krypton, our Kal-El will live on. I have sent him to the planet Earth, where he will have powers and abilities far beyond those of its fellow men, and at least 2 chat shows. After hurtling countless light years through the blackness of space, he will land in the heart of the greatest civilization on Earth, their mightiest, most advanced, most powerful nation, the British Empire. Welcome the Western Superman, twinned with Paris, Venice, and St. Petersburg. Think of the wonders our Kal-El will experience in England.
Wait. Hold on a minute. How can they say Western Superman is the most precious place to be? No, it's not. I'm sorry.
That's the joke!
It's not.
Yep, the skittling dialogue. So I told her to start soaking her feet, the poor dear, the inside of their greatest mind. Did I tell you about her and Bruce and Titus, Jonathan? Sorry, dear, but there's a spaceship in our pasture. 3 hours later, cling, cling. It's open. It's Jonathan. It's a baby. A baby alien? No, a baby. Can we keep it? Rocket, the baby. Look how cute he is. Are you ticklish? Kitchy. Ah! Oh, crikey, please no! Jonathan, don't tease the poor dear. Best not touch anything else. And now you put what?
Can I mention this? It'd be best if you do it in the British accent.
I'm not good with a British accent.
That'd be funny.
I can't. I'm sorry. I'm not good with it. It'd be a bad British accent.
This is where the point where we need J Heat. We need J Heat.
I know. Now you put that back. But suppose I could read minds or see the future. I could be on the 335 at Cheapstow. Well, have you got the football on in there? Jonathan Clark, I am talking to you. Take off that. So, can we keep the baby? Yes, we have been charged by the elder of the planet Krypton to be his caretakers without pay. And so, no more broken fingers, eh? There'll be trouble. And don't you pay the old coot any mind. Oh, aren't you adorable? He is good, a good un. But mind your binky. But what will the neighbors think? We'll tell them he was abandoned on our doorstep. We'll have to hide the Gyptonian spaceship in our shed. You will be a Superman among men. They will cheer your name wherever you roam. But what if someone sees us? We deny everything. And soar proudly, my little Kal-El, and experience all the glory, majesty, and greatness that Earth has to offer. A farm outside Western Superman, years later. So, and the one on her foot started to drain during the night. Colin Clark, dinner's ready. By the way, he pulverized the axe on the tractor. You'll never get the field cleared in this week. Wish I could throw a harness on him. I have to pull out all those stumps. And last night, after he thought we were asleep, he was in the bathroom again. Our boy is still growing. He told me he was flying. Flying? In the bathroom? You best have a talk with him. The talk, you know? Right. No more inhuman activities. Maybe we should wait and talk after dinner. or tomorrow, or next week. Jonathan, now! Of course, dear, no time like the present. Colin!
Oh
Hello,
boy.
Dad. Hello, Dad. What's for dinner? Colin, if this is about the broken axle, I can fix it at super speed. No super speed, no super digging, no super guarding. Just come in here and flap your arms. Do what? Flap your arms like a bird. This way. Like this? Good. Right. And you can stop now. What's this about, Dad? Oh, your mom thought you could fly. Never mind. Fly?
What?
I sure can.
Wait, what? Like he thinks he's wait. Thinks that flapping his hands like that.
Dude, remember, this is I can watch. And watch this. See? Oops. Sorry, Pa. Does anyone else know? No, I just started. Well, don't tell anyone. Your mom? Good heavens, what a mess. Sorry, Mom. Feeling again. Maybe it's time for dinner and a nice cup of tea. Right, Jonathan?
Cup of tea.
Right, dear. Later. And suppose Mrs. Potts looks in the window. But I just need practice. It's not that, son. Can I warm up your tea? That's what I mean. I could do it myself. Watch. This fiery icing is perfect for warming up tea. Good heavens, Colin. What are you doing, boy? Not to worry. A gentle burst of heat vision will make it just right. No good will come of this. Mark my words. It's working. Look, Colin, Clark, you stopped it this instant. Look out. It's boiling over. My tablecloth. I just got it at the church and jumbo sale just last year. It was like new. It was an accident. Maybe I can try it with my eyes. Haven't you done enough already? Look at your poor mother. You still thinking your powers aren't a menace? But Pa, I only need to practice. That's enough, young man. See where your practicing got us? You best go to your room. Jonathan, boy's gotta learn, Martha. Maybe you should help him. A bit of fatherly guidance. Now, before we practice, these glasses should stop you hurting anyone with your fire eye things. Heat vision, Dad. Ready? Now, don't look at anything combustible when you turn it on. Anybody about? Nope. Right. Okay, go ahead. Well, so far so good. Uh-oh. I don't think it's helping. Damn, those frames cost me £8. Colin? Yes, Mom. Yay! Sorry, Mom. That's gonna blister. Later, if that glass can withstand temperatures in outer space, it can contain its heat rays. Oh, Colin, I think I've solved your heat vision problem. Try these. Fire M's? They feel fine. Go ahead. Switch the heat on. Try to burn this. I can't. The lenses are holding in the heat. Success! I want to tell Mom as soon as visiting hours start. Remember, you'll have to wear them all the time. When I sleep? Well, no. How about when I shower? Oh, no, I suppose not. What if I'm swimming? Look, you just need them to prevent your heat vision going off accidentally. That's all. Dad, why am I different? Where did I come from? Well, son, when a man loves a woman, no, where geographically did I come from?
I gotta mention this before we move on. Is the fact that I find it so interesting that it's in a shed and not in a barn compared to the mainline continuity. I find that so funny and so hilarious.
So what do you think of this so far? It's
pretty funny for a first-time person.
Right.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And so far I'm enjoying it.
Wait until we get further. I'll let you decide by the end. You maybe because you're from there, you might be enjoying it more than I did, but we'll see. Now, where geographically did I come from? Where did I come from in the grand scheme of things? And why is there a rocket in our garage? How long have you known? Remember when I started seeing through things? I reckon it's time to tell you of the might and majesty, the triumph and the tragedy of your lost planet. Planet? You mean I'm not from Somerset? No, this is how you got here. What? You came from a planet with flying cars, moving sidewalks, huge pointy buildings. How do you know all this? I saw the video. Video? You might as well have a look. Behind the heat vision. This is where I came from? That's right. You, my lad, are the last son of the grand and glorious world. It's in some sort of alien gibberish, but he seems to be calling this place Krypton. I was born here? Apparently. These aren't special effects. Your mother and I think this is all real. No trick photography. So where am I? Right here. Blimey, is that me, the little baby? It was adorable. And is that lady your mom? Probably. Not bad, eh? My mother was an alien? And that's my father. He looks so young. There's the rocket that brought me to Somerset. But why is everything shaking? Earthquake. Big one, too. And that's where it ends? Actually, that's where it started. The only other word we could decipher was, we think, your name. Colin! Instead of Kal-El. And as far as we're concerned, you're plain old Colin Clark from Earth. Uh-oh. Dad, problem. Not the heat vision again. Cursed puberty. And so Colin Clark quickly grows up British, quietly, respectfully, and without causing embarrassment, suppressing every temptation to use his natural-born abilities. No super flying, no super speed, no super x-ray vision, no super dancing, no super charted accountancy, no super radioactive spiders, and most of all, no super heat vision. And until one day, Dad, I could rip these stumps with my bare hands. Oh no, you get started with Comet, and I'll be back in a minute. Sorry, wanted to do it myself, but Dad wouldn't let me. No luck? All right, I'll give you some help. And 43 unfortunate seconds later, Colin, Dad, whoa, Colin. Sorry, Dad, just wanted to see a horse fly. Don't say it, Colin. One veterinary ambulance visit later, I wonder what could have caused that kind of shock in a horse. Yeah, well, I'm glad he'll be okay. Well, would anyone like a nice cup of tea? Maybe later, Martha. We still have a lot of work to do. I know. I feel real bad for poor Comet. I know, son. I could pull every stump out of here in 5 minutes. Colin, you know how your mother and I feel about that. But nobody's going to see. It's almost dark. You saw what just happened. No one's going to see me, Dad. Not even you. You could go back to the house, have a nice cup of tea. Trust me. Come on, just this once. All right, just don't let the neighbors see. Great, thank you. Now wait until it's dark. I will, thank you. He's stronger every day, and he's so careless. Maybe we should teach him to control his abilities a bit. Better let sleeping dogs lie. If he doesn't use them, maybe he'll lose them. You know how that goes. I made some nice trickle tarts this morning. Would you? What was that? That was a big close. What was that? What was that about sleeping logs, Martha? 2. Those 3 stops. Here comes another. Look at me. I'm a farmer. Farming's easy. Stop, Colin. What an idiot. What an idiot. He's too excited. We should have helped him learn to control him like a true Brit. What if no one thinks he's a Clark after all? If a tree falls in the forest, and Colin's probably pulling him by the roots. The lad needs a bit more responsibility. We've never found him any suitable chores. That's because he doesn't know his own strengths. Suppose we let him milk the cows. What? Nice job for his first thing in the morning. Builds character. Can't do any harm now, eh? What on earth do you mean? Have you heard a word? Jonathan, where's Colin? I actually already sent him out to milk the cows. By hand? Point taken, dear. Those poor cows! It's just jump.
And the eyes are popping out.
Yep, and they're like, I'm ready, Mom. Look at you, all grown up, ready to leave for university. Come and sit a moment. Now, Colin, you know what we've told you. Always wear clean underwear in case I'm in an accident. Not that. About my special powers. Yes, dear. No one must ever see you using them. People hate what they fear. They despise what they don't like. No, they don't understand what they believe. Well, they might think you're a mutant. What? Or an elephant man. Beg your pardon? Or worse, they're superior, gifted with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men. Folks around these parts don't care much for that, especially the press. Then I'll tell them I'm not a mutant. I'll tell them I'm Colin Clark. Well, I suppose from the planet Krypton. That's not going to reflect very well on your father and me. They may think we're aliens too, the vanguard of a vast alien armada out to undermine all earthly civilization. And what should I do? Do what we've taught you all along, son. No one must see you using these powers. We're a humble family, us Clarks. But Mom, you have been cursed! Hide these powers away! Anytime you're tempted to show off, just say to yourself, WWTNT. What would the neighbors think? Our family motto for generations, the words all of England lives by. Your mother's right. Do your duty to your country.
By the way, all of England don't say that. So putting that out there for you guys.
I had a feeling. See what I mean, though, dude? They're really turning up the stereotypes.
All of England don't say that. So
Yep. Do your duty, but to your country. But always remember, all right, I'll keep my powers secret at university. And I packed you that book on self-hypnosis to help. You know, worth a shot and worth a try. It's not too late for the civil service. Remember what you wanted to be when you grow up? A bicycle repairman? That's where a lot of this is based off of, that sketch. The bicycle repairman sketch?
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, you wanted to be a postman. Not since I was 5 years old. I know. Since I can't use any of my other talents, I want to be a journalist. People respect a postman. I don't care about respect. I'd rather be a reporter. I suppose you'll probably meet one of those girls they put on page 3. Dad, I'm not going to work for one of the those tabloids.
Okay. Before we continue on, page 3 is where girls.
Yep, we do. They go more into this. I'm shooting for the good ones, the papers that fight for the truth, for what's important. Even without using my natural born abilities, maybe I can still make the world a better place. So you're not planning to work for a British newspaper. Never mind your father. I think that's splendid. I hope you enjoy university life. Clark, you can have the middle bunk. You're from West Supermare. You'll like it here, I bet. Yes, we've got good indoor plumbing and everything. So Colin begins university life. You will be writing 3 articles per day, so I suggest you invest in a good word processor. Never forgetting the hypnosis that surpasses its superpowers. You are getting super sleepy. Your eyes are getting super heavy. Colin blends into university life. So if you squeeze carbon hard enough, applying enough pressure, it would form a diamond. And while that would be on, and will that be on the final? So that even occasional lapses. Colin, your turn. What? He'll never hit the mark with her. Stick the darts. Right. Whoops. Oh dear, must have been a defective board. Don't you know who that is? You ought to. You're going to be a reporter. She does look familiar. That's Louisa Lane Ferry. Very nasty. It's a cold fish. She's in my reporting class. Funny, she doesn't look like a fish. Maybe a shark or a piranha. And find out for yourself then. Yes, that's Lois.
Wait, is that supposed to be Lois?
Yeah, Louisa Lane Ferret. Or Ferret. Louisa Lane.
Okay, I guess.
But it's going to get complicated as it goes on. You'll see. Excuse me. Sorry to bother you. Sod off. Aren't we both in Professor Chapman's reporting class? If you were a good reporter, you know that. And if you were a good reporter, you wouldn't be in Professor Chapman's class. You'd be working in London. Look out. If you were in Professor Chapman's class right now, you wouldn't be spilling a drink on me. Oh, sorry. I mean it was an accident. Let's get going, Sally. Sorry. Send me the cleaning bill. Oh, and I will be working in London soon enough. Who's that? Colin Clark, farm boy, wants to be a fearless star reporter for the Times. No competition. No, he is rather cute. I hadn't noticed. Fancy a bit of cricket, Clark? We're going down to the pitch. I don't want anyone to see you using your powers. What would the neighbors think? Well, they would think that was a very respectful British thing to do. How's that? And sure, let's go. I'll just have to take it easy. Later, you know all the good journalists can do. Rooting out corruption, shining the bright light of truth, etc., etc. If you break into Fleet Street, don't forget about the money and power. You may need to set limits of how far you're willing to compromise your integrity, but a little flexibility never hurt anyone, eh? Look at her, pretending not to notice me. Dear Mom and Dad, I still can't believe it's almost graduation. The years have really flown by. I haven't had the urge to use my you-know-whats in years now. Actually, I've forgotten what I used to be able to do. Silly, wasn't it? Louisa had lunch with me last week. Well, she sat at a different table, but I really think she's warming up to me. I started sending out job applications, but there's going to be some hot competition for the best jobs. Next week, we're going into a lecture by Peregrine White Badger. Perry White.
Very White,
A
yeah.
famous publication on moral and ethics for tabloid journalists. Then we have exams and we're finished. Imagine if I'd become a postman. I'd be delivering this letter to you instead of writing it. Gotta go. I gotta run. It's our final cricket match of the year. Steady. Just remember, hold back. Don't be nervous. Uh-oh. Hey, what was I thinking? The long suppressed memory. Krypton, Comet, Super Milking, Super Strength. Oops. Crikey, that's smart. Crikey, that's smart. Nice work. Nice one, Clark. We lost by forfeit. But it was an accident. You had to show off and cost us the whole match. That's not cricket. It only hurts when I laugh. Lost the biggest match of the year, and it's all my fault. And it makes matters worse. I impale a bloke. Mom and Dad were right. I'm ostracized by my peers. I'm a social pariah. Could my week get any worse? People ask me, Mr. White Badger, how can you print such terrible thing in your paper? And I say, it sells, doesn't it? Yeah, yes, it could. That's why we can offer jobs to future journalists. Know what I mean? Life is full of sex and violence. Look at your own school newspaper. Young man gets impaled by a cricket bat. Bloody hell! Wouldn't give the cover story like that. And how does the student reporter here write about it? This Colin Clark suffered serious internal injuries when the bat slipped. Doctors decided against removing the object. The subject is currently recuperating. No blood gushing 20 feet and blood gushing 20 feet high. No guts hanging out. You call that journalist? And Mr. Clark is the one who flung the bat in the first place. What a great first person piece. What it feels like to actually impale someone. A good reporter uses every advantage, Clark. A good reporter takes advantage. How could you waste an opportunity like this? Hey, killer. Who, me? Mr. White Badger wants you and wants you. He wants a protege to mold in his own image. Wow. I guess I've been wrong about you. I thought you were a weedy farm boy yokel. Cricket bat. Had the chance to decapitate my tennis partner last month, but I didn't have the guts. Why don't you call me? Gosh, sure. And Jimmy lost the photo. Oh my. Hey, Colin, if you don't cut another couple of inches out of that Bruce Willis piece, then Mike will. Thanks, Eric. When does JT want Cameron Diaz? Anytime he can get her. Ah! My terminal's locked up. Oh, no. Morgan, what's the matter? I'm fine. I dropped my pen and it rolled behind the files. Is that all? My wife got it for my birthday, and she'll kill me if I lose it. Well, unless she can lift an 800-pound file cabinet, she'll have to get over it. I could use my super ability to help others as long as they don't know I'm doing it. I knew I was given these powers for a reason. Is this what you're looking for? Colin, how'd you find it? Thanks. Just a matter of keeping eyes open. This is my pledge, to be helpful, courteous, and nice. Colin, your girlfriend's here for your lunch date. Thanks, Harry. Actually, Louisa isn't my girlfriend, and it isn't really a date. But nice of you to think that she might date me. Huh? Nobody could blame me for using super speed to get ready for her lunch with a great girl like Louisa. Wait till she gets a load of me. Whoops! Think you haven't seen White Badger at all? Well, he looked in my direction, I think, when he walked through the newsroom last week, but he doesn't even remember you. You'll never get anywhere. You blow this opportunity, you'll end up stringing for some lousy American paper. I thought you liked the Daily Planet. It's not like being White Badger's handpicked golden boy or girl. I'd love to be in your shoes. That reminds me, I'm trying. I gave him your clips to Human Resource. I gave your clips to Human Resource, and they said they'd get back to you. So, what are you working on now? Human interest. You mean celebrity fluff. Now, just because I'm reporting on celebrities doesn't mean it isn't real news. Wait, isn't that Kate Thompson? What? Colin, don't, over there. And how can you tell? Whoever that is must be a quarter of a mile off. Louisa, I have to run. It's a photo op. Colin, you haven't even eaten yet. I'm sorry, but this is an emergency, tabloid emergency. Then don't bother calling me again, Colin. Colin, what about the check? I hated to do that, but I've been trying to track down Kate Thompson all week. Thank goodness for my superpowers. Aha! I don't think she's supposed to be there. What?
What am I can't believe he's peeping Tom.
No, well, to be fair, he's doing this for his job.
He's peeping Tom though.
Yeah, wait.
Why?
Well. I don't think her fiance Gary Scott will approve of this. I don't need to be good with a camera because my superpowers give me an edge. This ought to make Mr. White Badger notice me. Well done, Clark. You broke him up, all right. And just a bit of luck, keeping my eyes open. What the? The car crashed through the wall of the parking structure across the street. Not just any car. It's Dirk McQuickly and Ron Nasty of the Fabulous and Rutleys. They were probably being chased by paparazzi. Good idea, Cal. Grab a camera. Somebody start interviewing witnesses. They can't move. If they try to get out of the car, it'll crash. They could fall at any moment. Oh my gosh, it's Dirk and Ron. Call the obit department. I know I could save them, but I gave my word to Mom and Dad. If only they let me. Then do we love them or hate them, Colin? Funny, he was here just a moment ago. Colin, what are you doing here? Ma, Pop, you seen the news? I have to say them. I should say not WWTNT, but they'll die for sure. Please, no one can know Colin Clark has ultra abilities. It's crumbling away. The car is starting to fall. Look, if you can save them without anyone seeing you use your powers, thanks, Pa, Ma. But he'll never make it. Oh dear, there it goes. I can't believe what I'm seeing. A man in a cape and a rather garish tights has just caught it. Gentlemen, as a babe in arms that should earn him some rootless autographs. Super! What an absolutely Superman! Well done, Superman. Jolly good. Hey, will you tell us who you are? Where'd you come from? Are you American? Are you married? Are you seeing anyone? Who does your hair? What's your favorite color? Are you Superman? What? That's what the S stands for, isn't it? All right. Superman. If you notice much earlier, if you look in the background, you actually could see the S as a coat of arms type of thing.
I saw that.
You saw it right there.
Yeah, I saw it.
So clearly he scrambled it together. All right. I'm sorry, folks. As much as I respect the press, I'm just not ready to give any interviews yet. What if somebody recognizes Clark? I think our boy's found himself a loophole. They won't be looking at Colin Clark. They're watching Superman. And then, get up. At least he's showing us he's wearing clean underwear. Give me that Superman on the phone. Then find me someone who can or you're fired. Offer him $10,000. Make that $5,000 for an exclusive first interview. Page 1 on every paper I own. All 400 of them. Our Mr. Superman is going to make us a lot of money. Can't be nervous. You have to prove James Bartholomew Olsen is a better photographer than Colin Clark. Glad I saw that mountaineering documentary with Sir George Head on BBC Two. Mr. White Badger will love me if I can get some candid shots of Elizabeth Turley. Oh boy, here comes the money shot. Hey, what was that? Good heavens, are you okay? Just a newspaper reporter, Miss Turley. But we're 30 stories up. That's very dangerous. I'm so sorry to disturb you, but would it ever be nice if you could possibly arrange to drop your towel? I'll bet Louisa would think Superman is. Look, up in the sky. What the? Oh, just another tabloid photographer. Hang on, that's Jimmy. And Jimmy sure knows how to draw a crowd. And Superman. Just try to get a few artsy shots. Wow, fancy a cup of tea? A scotch or milk? You're even better than on the telly. What? I really can't stay, Miss Turley. Jimmy, I say, would you mind putting your arm around him? I have to get these great legs into the shot. Thank you. I think he meant me. Mind the gap? Oh, great. Beg pardon, but I think he needs a spot of rescuing again. I'm supposed to hold on forever. Shortly after a spot of rescuing, welcome to my office, Clark and Bart and Bartholomew Olsen, right? Yes, Mr. White Badger. One white cat short of a James Bond villain. Right, Chief. Right. Oh, I'm impressed, gentlemen, and that's why I'm putting the two of you in charge of our Superman coverage. Yes, you hear me? We're gonna own Superman. Let's start with his relationship with Elizabeth Turley. But he doesn't have a relationship with Elizabeth Turley. He does now. Now, but that's not true. I'll check it. The story is too good to check. Isn't that dishonest? Isn't he cute? That is so adorable. I'm going to teach you about real journalism. We are going to build up this so-called Superman. He's going to be the biggest thing since the Rutles. Then, when he can't get any bigger, we start tearing him down again. And we bound them out, we redeem them again. You mean it's about selling newspaper? Not what is the real story is? And Clark and Kevin, Colin, it's not just about money, it's about power. And don't forget to sign those contracts on your desk. They give me controlling interest in your immortal souls. Joke. I'm still not very good at puns and innuendos. Otherwise, my writing's improving. But all you write about is Superman. Isn't that a demotion? No, I trust my boss. Colin, don't trust White Badger. Not for 1 minute. My American cousin Lois is a reporter, and she said, "Excuse me, you are Colin Clark, aren't you? The newspaper writer?" "Yes, I'm Kate Thompson, the actress you smeared." "That wasn't my boyfriend. I was rehearsing with my co-star." "Gosh, I'm sorry. You'll be hearing from my lawyers." "You didn't check the facts?" "It's against White Badger's policy." "How can you stand to work for him?" "I have to. I'm a journalist and he owns every newspaper." Yeah, that's one of those things. Apparently, White Badger keeps buying up every newspaper that goes on.
Is he supposed to be the new Lex Luthor?
He's a mixture of Perry and Lex, apparently. And thanks for another delightful lunch. Let's do this again in 40 years. But Louisa, don't you want a coffee, espresso, and after dinner aperitif? Absolutely infuriating, that Clark creep. I wonder, Superman, Louisa, you look so much smaller in real life. You know, I don't give my phone number out to just anybody. Sorry, no pockets. All right then. But this is what you're missing out on. Mr. White Badger is the top journalist in Britain. What if I can't trust him? Maybe I better start talking to Mom and Dad. Empty? But why? How? What could have happened? Did someone find out about their connection to Superman? Well, they picked the wrong victim. It's time to enlist someone else in the search, someone like Superman. I'll find them if I have to search every house in the British Isles at super speed. They're counting on me. So Superman breaks across Britain from the beaches of Brighton. Their names are Jonathan and Martha, to the hills of Wales, about this tall, from the moors of Scotland, makes a lovely Yorkish pudding, to the pubs of Ireland. Could knock you down with one hand behind her back, from the docks of Liverpool, so I was only child, to the clubs of London. When he got to the barn, all the cows had died. Nothing. I'm fearing he might have become an orphan. Again, he returned to Weston Superman. Can we come out now? Shh, he's coming back. Dad, sounds almost like they're next door. Huh? Colin, Martha, did you forget to tell him? Tell me what? Well, actually, Colin, we moved house. We need a change of scenery. Hope you didn't mind, but if you need a change of scenery, why did you move next door? A change of angle? It's this Superman business. Yes, but nobody knows I'm Superman. I'm just Colin Clark, reporter. Even if I have to compromise to be a good tabloid journalist, I can still be helpful, pleasant, and nice when I'm Superman. And if I'm helpful, pleasant, and nice, nobody will ever think I'm a tabloid journalist, right? Colin, you're missing the I'm going. Superman's going to be dating Elizabeth Hurley, or maybe Britney Spears this week. Really? Not really, no. But it doesn't matter to the tabloids. Next week, the newspaper will be calling me British's greatest hero ever. You think Churchill was overrated? And print anything you like, dear. Whatever helps your career. Maybe I could earn some of my good press. Don't worry, Mom. And don't worry, ma'am. Let me take apart your carburetor at super speed and clean out the exhaust patrol. What a nice young man. This geometry sure is hard. Well, no wonder. It's the Pythagorean theorem. Only applies to right triangles. Now remember, C2 is the hypothesis. Vintage World War II, all right? No problem. Let me throw it where it won't do any harm. 3 stumps, bombs all in 3 stumps. Bombs all in a day's work for Eiffel Tower repair man. Pardon, Mr. Mays, messieurs. See how he uses a spanner to tighten that nut? French complain about bomb. Man of Steel assists locomotive. Superman, Super Son exclusive with S-Man's parent. We are moderately proud of him, by Colin Clark. Even MI6 can't do anything about him. Well then, we really don't have a choice. And we have summoned Superman here today. We wish to attempt a trio of labors long thought impossible by the finest minds of British. Superman has been given 3 impossible tasks, a mission many compared to the 12 labors of Hercules. The first task, to make the trains run on time. But is even Superman, even the Man of Steel, up to such an impossible job? Current odds against Superman, 90-1. And
90-1.
so
This is a job for Superman for sure. He can make it.
So the 5:59 from East Manson is going to be about 6 minutes late. Not on my watch. I'm afraid I don't quite understand. You say there's some timetable saying with a schedule predicting our travel time. My word, we're speeding up. I think you'll make your appointments after all. Now that we're running on super speed, so you could simply have them run on time. Brilliant. See, these numbers indicate the time that the train should be departing from the station. In other words, train conductors are idiots. And when departing at that time, they should be able to arrive at the time indicated on the schedule. My word, radical thinking. That means that we won't be late anymore. 3 cheers for Superman. The Queen herself presented Superman with a special royal award today for his efforts, and then announced the second of her 3 impossible super tasks, reducing the waiting time for hip operations. I'm afraid I don't really understand surgery. Don't worry, neither do the people who make up the schedules. I think it would be better if I speak to the medical society meeting next week. So let's close this up and go and discuss it. So if you all played Let's Golf, you could easily decrease the wait time for hip operation, and that would help me out quite a bit with Her Majesty. So what do you think? For the good of the nation? Jolly good idea, Superman. We're with you. Only 4 rounds a week. Then follow me. Come along, chaps. All these good people from across the lands are waiting for hip surgery. Shall we give them what they want? Yes! Hooray! And to kick things off, I'll use my super heat vision to make the incisions in each patient. Hip, hip, hooray! Wait for the anesthetic, please. Superman's efforts have reduced the waiting time by as much as 61%. In other words, Britain's golf clubs have suffered their worst week on record. After receiving another medal, the third impossible super task announced. Superman has been charged with raising the quality of programming on the BBC. It's the BBC's midweek, even political discussion, chaired by Wanda Dimpley, with Vinnie Jones, Veronica Skinner, Victoria Beckham, in this supporter's opinion, the most impossible of the impossible super tasks. Frankly, Superman, I'm afraid the board feels your proposal to make programming for people over 30 has no merit. The BBC has always been, whoops, beg your pardon, I'm afraid the upsetting news like that can make my heat vision fire up a bit. Luckily, I wasn't looking directly at you. Let me blow that out. I'm sorry, as I've been asked to sit on these meetings until the situation is resolved. It would be embarrassing for this to keep flaring up in the weeks to come. Now, where were we? You raised a good point. Quite right. I've never cared much for dumbing down programming. I thought we should dumb them up. Well, duh. I'm delighted to hear it, and I suspect the pals will feel the same. Wow, Dick!
Look at those evil eyes.
Good picture, Jimmy. We're a good team, Colin. As long as Superman stays this popular, the sky's the limit for us. Well done, lads. Love the Superman pieces. Love them. What's next for my favorite circulation builder? Well, sir, he's cutting a couple of ribbons this week by request of the palace, and he may accompany Her Majesty to christen a ship. Great photo op. Oh dear, nothing interesting, eh? And there's talk of an MBE. Can't get much duller than that. Let's have another exclusive interview then. Maybe confess to something. Who's he dating this week? One of Charlie's Angels? Or why not all three? Yes, Superman. Or Sophie Olsen. We need photos. Big photos. Yes, sir. Keep it up and looking for a little something extra in your checks this week. The more sensational your stories, the bigger the bonuses. Thank you, sir. We'll really sleaze it up. Sleaze it up? Colin, White Badger likes this. It can't get much better than this. That sounds like a warning. So for all of his good work, the new road will be called Superman Lane. Louisa, it's me. Sorry, I think you have me confused with my cousin. You must be Lois Lane, the American reporter. So there's 2 Loises.
Wait. Lois Lane is in this book? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but that's right. You're not Colin Clark, are you? Superman himself is apparently running late. Guess he's not traveling by train. And nice to meet you. So Louisa's still speaking of me? Barely, but I don't hold her grudges for her. I'm here for a few days to get an American perspective on Superman. If you help me out with some background, I'll buy you lunch. You seem to be the man to talk to. Great idea. I need to go find my photographer, but I'll meet you here afterwards. He's here. Wait, and Colin, Superman's here. That's odd. Could have sworn he was right behind me. That almost happened when Perry was going to moderate one of the presidential debates. We didn't notice until just before they went on air. White Badger would have killed someone for that. Colin, how can you work for him if he's really that bad? What choice do I have? White Badger owns every newspaper in Britain, and he just bought BBC too. I'm late for my next interview. I wish I wasn't leaving tomorrow night. I had a great time. So did I say, could I call me the next time you're in America? You'd better. Actually, I was going to offer to help get you an exclusive with Superman. Are you serious? He owes me a favor. Come by the award ceremony tomorrow morning. Thank you, Colin. You're the best. Oh my, are you sure you're related to Louisa? She never likes me. That never happens. Oh, Mom and Dad think empty. They couldn't have moved before and forgotten to tell me again, could they? No luck. And they're nowhere to be found in all of England. Sorry, ma'am. I have to look in Wales. Ireland? Damn, I've got a bad feeling about this. How about Scotland? Maybe an Orkney Island. Aha! Mom and Dad, I was so worried. Superman, come inside before one of the neighbors sees you. Did you move house again? And could have sworn we told you this time. Mom, I looked everywhere. Yes, well, we had a lot on our minds, son. Colin, Superman, Colin. I even know what to call you anymore. Mom, I'm just Colin. I've been having a rough time, I'm afraid. Everyone loves Superman. Well, almost everyone. Mr. White Badger is very happy with me, but I have to write these dreadful stories. If I don't make them lurid enough, they're rewritten until they're really sleazy. I thought journalism was about reporting, but they've lost interest in any kind of reality. Son, do you have to wear that getup in the house? What? Oh, sorry, Dad. Turn your head, please, Mom. The Queen is happy with Superman, but I still feel guilty. Never mind, dear. I met this great girl yesterday, but she said to go back to America. Why don't you just come back here and get a part-time job with the Western Superman Mercury? But, what do you think? Best listen to your father, dear. Give up this silly Superman business, or it'll end in tears. What if they're right? Maybe I should quit. It is a bit of a silly costume. Embarrassing tie, silly cape. Here he comes. Well, Superman, thank you for coming. Peregrine White Badger. Nice to see you. Meet you, Mr. White Badger. Hello, Jimmy. Hi, Superman. The readers of the Daily Smear have voted to honor Superman as the man of the millennium. This is an even bigger crowd than we got for David Beckman, last month's man of the millennium. Well done. And thank you. Get a few good shots for the adverts. Adverts? Yes. Just you holding up the masthead and say something like, I read the Daily Smear, England's finest newspaper. The marketing department can polish it. Mr. My White Badger, I never agreed to any adverts. What? You think we're honoring you for nothing? Your mic is open, Mr. White Badger. Cut the power. Now, Jimmy, don't you think any reasonable person would assume there was an endorsement involved? I suppose any reasonable person, you. Oh, did you hear that, Superman? Jimmy backs me up. Mr. White Badger, I didn't exactly. Mr. White Badger, I don't sell my name for commercial purposes. And I never would have agreed to this award if I'd known there were strings attached. Apparently, Mr. Superman doesn't trust me. That's all right. If he can call me a liar if he chooses, but if he does, he'll look on the entire English press dishonest. And I, for one, am not going to stand for that. On your bike, Superman, and you can keep your award. It may be the last one you get for a long, long time. You think Beckman would accept another one? I'd better go, Jimmy. I don't know, Superman. He may be pompous and arrogant and conniving and a bully, but he is very powerful. 10 minutes later, you want to see me, Mr. White Badger? Come in, Clark, and slight edge and change in editorial direction. You know that arrogant clown we've been building up? Well, we're going to bring him down a bit. Can I ask why, sir? Because it's time. It's time. And did you see this? Daily Blind exclusive. Lower Lane interview Superman. We have an exclusive deal with Superman. He stabs him in the back, but Superman never signed any. Beside the point, Clark. The man turned on us first. Dig up some dirt on Superman. I don't support anyone more powerful than I am. That's why I hate the Royals. In fact, that's why I'm an atheist. After work, so nobody knows his secret identity? He could be anyone in Britain. Secret identity? Well, yes, that's what Superman calls it. Well, Louisa, you were nice enough to call me and invite me out. And all I've been doing is talking about Superman. Let's talk about us. Oh, dear, is that the time? Gotta run. I'll call you again fairly soon. Ta-ta, Colin. Good night. Again. Oh. Who is Superman? 100,000 for Superman's secret identity. Story by Louisa Lane. I heard he won't come out in public because everyone in town is trying to follow him to learn his identity and catch on a reward. I mean, I wonder how everyone else found out. He even has an alter ego, Jim. Colin? Are you stupid? You talk to her, dude.
He's
Is he stupid?
stupid. He's stupid.
We are starting phase 2 of our defense against Superman. If he's declaring war on the British press, we will strike back. Sir, I don't think he's exactly declare war on. We're stepping up our campaign. Apparently the 3 impossible super tests didn't turn out so super. What are you talking about, sir? I'm talking, young Bartholomew Olsen, about our front page story tomorrow. Clark, get the details on the lawsuits against English Rail. And Jimmy, I want the photos of the victims. Victims? Those poor people in the train when our super vigilante started yanking on those engines. He given over 24 people a horrid case of whiplash. That's savage. Whiplash? It's only just come to light. But the train? Oh, yes. Every train in England was on time for, about a day and a half. That's it? And if the victims win their suit, the whole rail system may go under. That's not a bad hook, is it? English rail derailed by Superdome. Mr. White Badger, how can you write that up and that kind of garbage about Superman? No, Jimmy, it's true. And if Mr. White Badger wants me to do it, I will. So all the patients with hip operations got infections? Apparently a public meeting hall isn't the best place to conduct surgery. Why didn't they tell him? Jimmy, you're a good friend to Superman, but he really messed up. Did you see the report by the task force? All reports of a higher quality of programming on the BBC were reported by the BBC? What's this mean? Right, he didn't do anything super at all. The impossible super tasks are still impossible. And so, Superman, you owe the nation a great service for the disservice you have done with your so-called super tech. If you want to pay back the nation, then we call you to pay off the national debt. The national debt? You pay me 178 pounds a week. Maybe I could do something to bring in a few millions, if not billions. No office would pay that kind of money for an employee, even if he has super speed. Neither would the food service industry. No work in construction for me or in any factory. And there's not enough coal in the world to make that kind of. Wait a minute. That's it. And so, what? Sorry to interrupt, but I wanted your viewers to know that tomorrow I will appear before Parliament to pay off the national debt. And I hope you're there, Mr. White Badger. And I invite everyone else who feels I let the nation down. I'll see you there. And thanks for allowing me to use your broadcast for an announcement. Typical grandstanding. Well, let's see what tomorrow brings. Good morning, morning, everyone. Britain has been very good to me, mostly, and I wanted to give something back. And I am well aware of the scope of the national debt, and I thought this might help take care of it. I thought I'd say it was diamonds. Look at that. That ought to cover and take care of a few $100 billion. Well done. That's wonderful, Superman. But where on earth did you find all of these? Actually, I made them. I squeezed lumps of coal with thousands of pounds of pressure and turned them all into diamonds. Of course, Mother Nature takes millions of years. My way just took a couple of hours. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll deliver these to the Treasury. He's feeling very full of himself. Hey, Lord Stokebag, think we can get him to appear at our live press conference? Shouldn't be a problem. That was that super ego. Yes, the voice I'm giving is specific.
Like, I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked.
Do I mean how much it's now going crazy?
Yeah.
One live press conference later. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be getting as soon as Superman arrives. Why don't you get up close to the front, Jimmy? I'll stay back a bit. Good idea, Kal. I won't miss a thing. Sorry I'm late. I'm running late. It's getting harder to fly with all these medals, I'm afraid. Welcome, Superman. May I present to you Lord Bartholomew Stokebag. I think I met his lordship at the House of Commons when I wiped out the national debt. He does seem so familiar. Yes, Superman, that was a nice attempt anyway. I beg your pardon? You say you actually made all those diamonds yourself? That's right. Dug up every lump of coal in the British Isles to convert it to shiny... Everyone. Uh-oh. No, to convert the shiny diamond. Just a matter of processing graphite into another form of carbon. I always had a knack for chemistry. Did you have much grasp of basic economic theory then? Economic theory? Let me explain this very simply. Diamonds are a great value, only because of their scarcity. Do you follow me? Uh-oh. Because you have created literally tons of diamonds, they have now become devalued. So that lump of coal is now worth more than a diamond. Of course, a lump of coal can still be used for fuel, which is more than a diamond can do. I'm afraid I can't unsqueeze them. Now across Britain, poor families are struggling to stay warm with no coal, and the coal miners are out of a job. Their families destitute. Here's a thought. Before they fly into outer space, they start looking for gold on distant planets. If I found each poor family 100 pounds of gold, you just don't get it, do you, Superman? Fortunately for you, and despite my advice, Her Majesty has given you a final opportunity to redeem yourself. You have been asked to represent England as a one-man cricket team in a match against the Australian national team. But I don't play cricket. Well, not anymore. Then I should tell Her Majesty that you refuse. No, but a one-man team? I'll have to field every position. Your Majesty felt you could employ what you refer to as your quote-unquote super speed. Yes, of course. Tell Her Majesty I'll be delighted. Good luck, chaps. Get nodded, you pommy turd. I can't let up. No matter what, I must win this one for England. A respectable showing here, and I've saved my super high. Just have to concentrate, not think about it. Can't lose control. Must hang on to the bat. It's no good. I'm too tense to swing properly. Have to relax. Ah, no, not again. Are you all right? Oh, I'm just fine. I'm just fine. Except I got a cricket ball lodged in my skull. Is there a doctor in the house? If we try to take the ball out, he could die. But it destroyed the area of the brain control and the brain controlling logical, rational thought. Don't worry, they'll never know it's in Australia. Brainiac here might make a valuable addition to one of my newspapers. And after 4 similar incidences, the umpires declared Superman the winner. So thanks to the valiant Aussies who were willing to fight on, even after Superman attempted to lobotomize their bowlers, it was an accident. I hereby declare the Australian national teams to be runners-up. Congratulations, lad. And first place goes to Superman. This is the first place medal. Not good enough for you. Just take it off and toss it away after you leave. No, I'll wear it all my awards. I wear all my awards. And we'll see. Congratulations on behalf of the British Empire. What empire? Well, we still got part of Ireland. Magnificent work, ladies. Now about what the curses? Well, what are you staring at? Never seen a man impaled by a cricket bat before? Then behold, the Batman!
Really?
Come along, your lordship. We have a few things to talk about. I was at university at the time. The doctors had taken it out. It would have killed me. Of course. I'd almost forgotten the day Colin Clark flung it at you. Very interesting. And you don't hold a grudge? I've been plotting my revenge ever since. As I'd hoped. We have a lot in common. And you will be happy to know that you will no longer have to worry about Superman. Another grudge? Same one, actually. 2 birds with 1 stone, eh, Stopebag and old boy? I think this is going to be getting to be a beautiful friendship. I think, and so, White Badger, I've got some big plans for our Superman revenge squad. On Colin, you look terrible. I haven't been feeling too good, Jim. Maybe a touch of flu. I thought you never got sick. I don't feel too well either, but at least I know what's causing it. Have you seen the people? Superman go home, Britain disguise and disgusted with Man of Steel. Now about this one. Batman defeats Superwimp? Still, you have to feel guilty. I mean, barely about Lord Stopebag. Ah, there you are, Clark. I'd almost forgotten that you tried to assassinate Lord Stopebag at university. I didn't try to assassinate. Tell me, what does it feel like to impale a man with a cricket bat? What are you talking about? Oh, come on, Bartholomew. Accidents do happen. That could make a great human interest piece, maybe, for the Sunday supplement. Today I almost murdered the Lord. And that make me want to keep reading. But, sir, I have felt so guilty all these years. Good. It'll be a catharsis for you, and a great way to boost circulation for us, and a tell-all, and it's got plenty of blood and guts. Well, at least it's not another attack on Superman. That reminds me, I've just finished another editorial. Give it up, Superman. All of his powers, the problems, the once popular hero faces humiliation after a series of super flops. We'll run it with a pit photo of the poor chap with the ball in his head. What do you think? But are you calling Superman to stop using his powers? That's right. Not only does he fail all 3 super tests, he nearly lobotomized that poor bowler. Worse, he doesn't sell papers anymore. He's a menace. In fact, maybe we should sue him. Yes, for the good of the nation. Let's take an injunction to prevent him from ever being Superman again. You can't do that, Mr. White Badger. Maybe he can, Jimmy. Maybe he should. Superman's been doing a lot more harm than good lately. That you do, Colin. If I'm not feeling better soon, and if my powers keep fading, I've got no choice, and not going to have any choice. He's supposed to cut the ribbon at a new dry cleaner next week. It won't surprise me if that's his last public appearance. It ought to be. He better give it up if he knows what's good for him. I hereby declare dry cleaning shop open. Use your heat vision. That's Superman. He looks terrible. Can I get a shot of you two? It's a real other Superman. Yes, you got a rest for him. Hold it right there, Superman. What's this? You're ordered to appear in court next week in charge with abusing your superpowers. Until then, and this enjoins you from using your superpowers at any time. What powers? I don't have any powers anymore. Get a shot of this from Samuel Olsen. Not such a tough guy now, huh? I never said I. Some of us don't need superpowers. I'll see you in court. Not so, Superman. No! Well, I'm getting worse by the day. I need a Kryptonian doctor faster. Help someone! My cat's caught up in a tree. Mister, can you help me? Yes, I ought to try. I'll try, but it's awfully high. Wait a minute. Mr. Jones from next door. He's got a ladder. No need to bother this poor man, Sally. I'll get your kitten down. Wonderful. I've become an object of pity. My career is over. I'm too sick to climb a tree. What else can happen? What's this? They've demoted me. Down, paper cut. Mr. White Badger says he doesn't want Superman stories anymore. He's cut my salary too. Colin, you look terrible. You better go to a doctor. I can't. I've used too many sick days. Maybe I should go see mom and dad. I always feel better afterwards. Well, sometimes anyway. Mom? Dad? They did it again. What's this? This time they've left a clue. A map and itinerary for a flight north of the Arctic Circle. So, those maps are correct. I must be nearby. Those are Dad's long johns. This must be the right Arctic cavern. Hello? Is it that nice Mr. Palin and his BBC crew again? Oh, Colin. We weren't expecting you, son. Did we tell you we were moving again? Must have forgotten. Sorry. Martha, Colin's come for dinner. You are hungry, aren't you? Rather. I don't mind if I do. Actually, it was all about solitude as we get older. We want to simplify a bit. Good blubber, Mom. Thank you, dear. Sorry you're under the weather. Perhaps I should get going. So why did you drive the snowmobile here? I'm surprised you didn't just fly. That's what I was going to tell you. I can't. Whatever's making me sick has taken away my powers. So you're not Superman anymore? Sit down, son. You need no need to rush off. Of course not. You just got here. Just think of this as your own little fortress. Take your shoes off. Look, I'm confused. It must have cost a fortune to move up here. How would you afford it? We're not supposed to say, Mom. Well, it's a stroke of luck, really. A rather strange man stopped by, offering to cart all of our old junk away for free. We got some old scraps together, and he got excited when we showed that old asteroid that we found in your rocket. Glad to be rid of that thing. Always made our Colin feel a bit poorly. Did it? Did it really? That's all right, Mom. What sort of asteroid did he buy? I don't think you ever really cared much for it. Little round thing, piece of green glass in the middle. Colin, that's it. I thought that it looked familiar. Is this what it was, what he bought? Yes. Where did you? It can't be. Stoat bag. Dad, take this away. It's making me sick. Take it to the back of the cave. Son, I still don't understand. Yes, I'm feeling better already. Stoat bag's been plotting his revenge all along. Well, he's going to be sorry now. Oh, Colin, you don't mean... Yes, Mom. Superman is back. And your powers? Let's see. Oh, Colin, no, not the heat vision thing again. Next up, London. Are you aware you've been enjoined against flying or using any of your superpowers? If you and your little friend, the Batman, had succeeded, I wouldn't have my powers or my life. So I'm putting you on notice. And oh dear, is that the best you could do? What do you mean? Perhaps you'd like to see the headline tomorrow's paper. Colin Clark is Superman? What is this rubbish? Oh, of course, now you'll deny it. Shall we cut through all that playing dumb? Send her in. This is a waste of time, White Badger. Hello, Colin. Colin? Louisa, what are you doing? White Badger, no need for the charade, Superman. Louisa's here been working for me for quite some time, starting as a page three girl, funnily enough. Then I found out she had a talent for deception. But how? It wasn't difficult. After Kate Thompson pours a glass of 99 Burgolish all over Colin, and Superman turns up smelling of 99 Burgoys, I still didn't believe it until you lost control during the cricket match. Sorry, dear. Stopebag figured it out as well, so we decided to work together. Pity, it was almost time to start rehabilitating you. You might have sold a lot of paper on your return to prominence, but now you must face the one foe that even the mighty Superman powers is against. Bad press! Send in the Batman! What have you got in there? Little green rocks? Don't be naive, Superman. They're more dangerous than they look. That's right, Superman. Beware. Beware the agents of the Inland Revenue. Do you fear their paperwork, Man of Steel? Do you know terror of what their base calculations mean? If you donated all those diamonds to the Treasury, our people got to work, analyzing chart schedules, tables, until we came up with an unmistakable conclusion. You must pay taxes on the total value of the diamonds that you later donated to the government. That's right, you own billions! I don't have that kind of money. Oh, sad. But weren't the diamonds devalued? Not when they came into your possession. Section 784, paragraph 767. If you try to dig up gold on the moon or jewels of Jupiter, it will know you violated a court order. Tough luck, Superman. Let yourself out through the door, please, not the window.
I do not like this Batman whatsoever.
We're nearly done. Superman, Colin, I heard about everything. What will you do? Sorry, Jimmy. Wish I could have told you myself. I'm afraid I'm contemplating bankruptcy. Superman, no! No choice. Can't possibly come up with the money for my next tax bill. Tabloids are challenging for me to leave Britain forever. White Badger's about to sell millions of papers by telling the world that I'm actually Colin Clark. What else can I do? He and Stopebag have won. Wait a minute. If you gave them what they wanted, they may find out they didn't really want it. What do you mean? I got an idea. Next at 3:30 p.m. How much longer? Should we be starting soon? Look at all these people. It's going to be out for live television. How'd you manage to get so many here quickly? I just told a couple of colleagues that Louisa was doing a page 3 photo shoot out here. Well, they'll be hostile. I'm not Louisa, and I have my shirt on. It was the fastest way to draw a crowd, and the cheapest. 2 phone calls and an email. What's going on? That's not her. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Colin Clark of the Daily Smear. Sorry, but there's no page 3 photo shoot here. Louder! We can't see! For those who can't hear me, I'll speak a little louder. And for those who can't see me, perhaps this will help you. What the? He's got no wires. He's flying. I have a couple of announcements. And so it's not a total disappointment. I will take my top off. Look at that. He's a reporter just like us. No reason you should have to wait for the morning papers. I am Superman. Living among you as Colin Clark, I've experienced the depths to which the tabloids can sink. I've seen the press lie, distort, and invent to come up with a fiction that they think will sell more newspapers. The human cost doesn't matter. People are only there for their stories to be twisted into morbid, sensational fodder for our prurient interest. When I worked for Peregrine White Badger, I was ordered to make up stories to appeal to the lowest common denominator. Why did I suddenly find him very appealing? But there are some good, decent journalists in Britain, hidden among the tabloids like good apples. They represent the last bit of hope in the British press. I'll start packing again, Martha. But they need to stand up to the rich and powerful, who are out to expand their media empires at any cost. Owners who abuse their power to line their pockets and are happy to climb in bed with corrupt politicians like Lord Batman. Stop back, you idiot! I'll sue! Oh, I'll tell you all a secret. The owners of the tabloids think you're all stupid, but I don't think so. And you can let them know you're not. Of course they are, Clark, you moron. You see. I challenge you, Mr. and Mrs. Britain. Stop buying that rubbish and stop supporting their advertisers. It's all about money. If they made more money with the truth than lies, you'd get the truth. Remember, they won't print it if you don't buy it. Come on, are you with me? Excuse me, Mr. Superman. Where do your parents live? In a secure, undefrosted, undisclosed location. What do you think about your decision to go public? Uh-oh. Are you dating anyone? That's not really relevant. Are you secretly living with Elizabeth Turley? What? Answer the question! Sorry, I gotta fly! Colin, you can stay on here now. White Badger is quitting to fight all the lawsuits filed against him since your speech. They're not scared of him anymore. Even Stopebag is suing him. And you've given the lawyers such a shiny arms, and all the ones in the government have forgiven your tax debt. That's not why I'm leaving. Blow my cover. But before I leave, I have a souvenir for you. Your costume. Aren't you going to be Superman anymore? Oh, I'll still be Superman. I decided to be something a bit simpler, a little less British. Gosh, are you sure you're staying? Lois could put in a good word for you. I'll stick it out a little longer. Stiff upper lip and all. Eh? Well, will you be Colin Clark in America? No, Colin's too English, but I'll keep Clark. I thought my other name should be a tribute to my mother's family. Aren't they from Kent? Right. So when I start working for the Daily Planet, I'll be known as Kent Clark. Tell Peregrine White Badger good riddance. My pleasure, Kent. Though I haven't seen him myself for the last few days, I just hope he's learned his lesson. Not to worry, Martha. He'll never find us in America. Congratulations, sir. You're the new proud owner of the Metropolis Daily Star. Not to worry, Jim. I'm sure I'll never see White Badger again. After all, I'm just another immigrant, and America's a big country. So, be honest, how was that?
Unbelievable. I thought he remained Britain. I thought he wouldn't leave Britain and go to.
He had to. Why didn't he introduce Lois? But what did you think?
I really enjoyed the story.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just didn't like how depressing it got.
Hey, as a Brit, I actually like the story. So
all right. Okay, as a Brit, give me your whole thoughts on this. Like each point.
The positives is obviously they took everything British and put it together.
Mm-hmm.
And like you got Western Superman, even though it's not a popular place, Western Superman is not popular. You also got like London, which is obviously popular. You got the Queen in this. You've got, the trains, all these different things. The Batman, I did not like the Batman in this.
No, it was the dumbest part. And even Brainiac.
Yeah. But I did like the fact that this is a very interesting
jab at the British press and all that.
Yeah.
Is it really that bad?
It's not bad.
Or was it once that bad?
It's not as bad as Americans make it out to be, but for me, it's just a laugh and a joke, and it's
yeah. But the fact that White Badger is more effective than Lex has ever been.
But this is a fun little story that was well put together.
What did you think of the artwork?
I like the artwork.
Very toony.
Very cartoony, very 1990s type of thing.
I gotta say also, I did not like Louisa. This is the type of Lois that Jared wishes Lois was.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
This is how he feels Lois should be. It's all right. I had to put a jab in there.
It's fine.
But yeah, obviously the page 3 girl, the topless one, taking their tops off.
Yeah, page 3 is basically topless girls. Just to get
Yep.
And if any of you guys in America what page 3 is basically girls topless,
and yeah, I can see why Louisa would be a popular one now, right?
Yeah. But then obviously he immigrates to
America. That's why they introduced Lois to have a way to do it. But wait, so we're having Peregrine White Badger and Perry White coexist.
As you can see, the Daily Planet.
Well, yeah, but he bought out the Daily Star, so he's buying out the rival paper.
So who's that guy in the?
That's just the guy who owned it, who's selling it to him.
Oh, okay.
The fact is that, but now we at least know that White Badger is going to have a hard time because we know Perry would do a lot better at rivaling, competing against him. But it just means that White Badger feels too much like Jameson.
Yeah, it definitely feels like Jameson. But if you go to the next page, you can see.
I know Lady Liberty is smiling at him.
Yeah, just look at the design for it as well. Definitely
not Byrne's best.
Not Ben's best, but it's pretty cool.
Yep. What did you think about the outfit?
I actually like the outfit. It stands out.
I did not like his parents at all.
I mean,
Them keep on moving because they're embarrassed.
Yeah, that's kind of a thing.
Really?
That's a kind of a thing that
even though they moved, even when he had good press.
Yeah.
Wow.
But still, it's a fun little read.
Yep.
I definitely recommend people reading this comic, checking it out.
May I be honest though? I'm not personally a fan, mostly because I just don't like how Superman's a pushover.
If you got any UK viewers, I'd recommend reading.
Yeah. But do you think he's a pushover, or do you think it's again he's just very British?
Very British.
So it's just typical. The way he's acting is typical.
Yeah, it's typical British thing. Yeah.
Now, like I say, I did like how Lois was so the polar opposite of Louisa. Right down to the whole, call me next time you're in America, you'd better. I mean, she's already liking him.
And I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it in the recording, but
if you're saying it as a joke, go ahead. It's a joke.
I think this is the point where I know that it's gonna be really cool if they did a continuation. I know that this would trigger Jared.
True, but dude, I wouldn't want this to be there to be a follow-up, to be fair, because really he's not in the UK anymore. He's in America.
I get that, but it would have been nice to see like a part 2 to this, not just a one-off shot of British Superman in America or something like that.
That's you know what, that is interesting to see, but who knows? I mean, is there much to do? I don't know. But I'll say this, what did you think of the comedy in this? Did it feel forced or did it feel right?
Forced.
Very forced? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was the weakest part, was the humor.
Weakest part was the humor, but like I said, I really enjoyed this comic. Really, definitely.
Yep.
It's definitely up there for first time readers.
Yeah, definitely. But not something you would strongly recommend for like someone's first Superman book. Hell no, right?
Now, not a first time Superman book for American viewers or Canadian viewers. I would recommend it for British viewers.
Yep. Yes, that's true. That is true. But yeah, overall, like if you would give it a 1 to 10, what would you give it?
About a 6 or a 7 out of 10.
Okay. But yeah. Any more final words, or is that good?
I gotta say that this has been a wonderful collaboration, and I really have enjoyed learning about Superman Brit or Super Brit.
True Brit.
I should say, yeah, True Brit. Learning about True Brit, learning a lot more about Colin Kent.
Yep. What did you think about that at the end? Kent Clark. What did you think of that?
I think that's a really interesting way to kind of call himself Clark Kent.
Well, because remember, his last name is still, obviously he wasn't going to switch his name around.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting.
Yep. So, the fact is that his mother's parents are from Kent, not that they are Kents.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you so much, man. And thank you, everyone else. Hope you have a good one. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Here.